Hi, I'm Brian Flowers from Naperville, Illinois, and in the next several minutes, I would like to give us a brief synopsis of what is wrong with our country and how we can fix it. Sound audacious? Well, while our citizens are lining up as if for a civil war going into the 2012 election, our politicians are pulling us in opposite directions. You could say that we're in the midst of a culture war, fighting against people who are anti-capitalist, anti-family, anti-gender, and anti-God. Our government is addicted to borrowing, spending, and giving away money. It used to be said that there's no such thing as a free lunch, at least until the American government came around. The Pilgrims were the first ones to institute welfare reform in America. When they came and landed in Massachusetts, they lost 50% of their people the first winter. When this happened again the next year, they decided it was time for a change. So they instituted a basic biblical principle, namely, if you don't work, then you don't eat. And this was copied successfully in Jamestown as well. Now, political discourse has become like a game of taboo. It really has. For example, the PC police not only are telling us don't use the word stimulus anymore, but they don't like words like pedophile either. They're replacing it with expressions like people who prefer sex with minors. You know, Benjamin Rush once said that you cannot have liberty without virtue. You can't have liberty without virtue. And Noah Webster said that the evils that men suffer are due to the neglect of the Bible. There was a guy named Jehoshaphat, about 9th century, we'll say, BC. And he said, man, my country is in terrible straits. He noticed that the military needed rebuilding, foreign relations were a mess, and the people were turning against God. But he instituted a very interesting reform. You want to know the secret to how he turned things around in just his 3rd year? He sent out teachers among the people to teach them the basics, the fundamentals of religion and morality. In 1984, what's known as the War of the Crosses took place in Poland. Crucifixes were banned and taken away from public display, but the people fought back and they were reinstituted. Now contrast that just 4 years prior in America, where the Supreme Court in 1980 decided that a Kentucky schoolroom had to take down the posted 10 Commandments. But there was little resistance there. Chuck Colson points out that what was attempted to be done, to be enforced in a communist country, was allowed to happen with rather ease in America due to our indifference. Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." And he was willing to fight for our freedoms like many other early Americans. And Edmund Burke said that evil men prosper when good men do nothing. So all we have to do to lose the freedoms that we have is nothing at all.